So you guys, I am both excited and nervous about this video that I'm filming for you today. So I'm very excited because it's a beautiful bouquet and I'm excited to learn a new skill. And the new skill will be that I actually know how to make garden roses at the end of this video. And I've never successfully made a garden rose that I personally was wowed with. So today I am going to challenge myself, and I'm going to challenge myself in two ways. So first of all, it's a very muted color palette, so I will have to get everything just right in order for it to still be a beautiful sculpted artwork. And of course, I am hoping to be able to create a garden rose that I can be proud of. So today I'm going to talk to you as I am filming the video instead of doing a voiceover, since it's such a learning process for me. And then maybe you can learn a little something from it as I go along if you want to also make garden roses, or if you just like to watch me figure stuff out and then hopefully come out victorious. That's the plan anyways. So the paints I'm going to be using today are titanium white, titanium buff, and light magenta. And I may need to mix a couple of them because what I noticed from the picture is that I've got garden roses that are very pale pink that are kind of like a barely there pink with titanium buff. And then the white peonies are titanium buff. But I think if I lean too heavily on the titanium buff, then I think I'll end up with a painting that doesn't have enough contrast to be appealing. So I'm going to wing it and see what I end up creating. I'm going to try to neutralize the pink, and then I am going to add titanium buff to it. I'm going to add just the lightest touch of burnt umber. And you can see how beautifully that shade comes down to a very soft neutral pink. That actually looks a bit of a cool tone to me, so I'm going to add just a touch of red. I want it to actually read pink instead of purple, and I feel like I'm going more towards orchid here. Well, I'm loving the color, it's just not quite right. I think that's good. So now I'm just going to add some titanium buff to this. And this is going to end up using quite a lot of paint because I'm using a very large tip today and I need approximately 5 or 6 flowers. Look how gorgeous that looks. Oh my gosh. I just love it. Wow. Wow. Oh, I am loving this. Look at that. Wow, so pretty. There we go. I'm going to start off using a tip number 127. It's that shape. And then I'm going to try to create the petals out of a 128, which is a bit larger. So I want to create the middle or the center of the flower separately. So I am going to try to do that. If you have any questions about any of the products that I'm using, you can look at my links below. You can buy things like this on Amazon and Gaffrey Art Material paint from the Gaffrey website. They now ship worldwide, so that is very, very exciting news. For a while they were shipping to US only, and they just made some changes, some very exciting changes, and now they ship to everyone. Okay, so I want to try something. So I'm going to go back in here and add some more titanium white. Oh no! See, that's why I wear aprons, man. Alright, I gotta go wash my hands. I'll be right back. And this is just going to help create a little more dimension in my artwork, because the shades of pink won't be exactly the same, and I do like to keep some color variations if I can. This color makes me think of the cherry blossom photo my husband was showing me last night. We're going to be moving to Japan next month, which is just super exciting for us, and something they have a lot of there is cherry blossoms. And those are like one of my all-time favorite plants. And I am so excited to go and see them in person. And you can expect to see a whole lot of cherry blossom inspired artworks coming from me the next year. Is there anything better in life than doing a tour of cherry blossoms? That just sounds like the most romantic thing ever. So I'm so excited to go do it. One of my favorite, okay, so I've got two favorite trips that we did here in Europe. One of them was when we visited France and we got to see the lavender fields in full bloom. And you guys, we would drive down the street, and with the windows open, the smell of the lavender fields just wafted through the car, and it smelled so heavenly. I wish I could just relive that moment so many times. Oh, it was just so special, and it just felt unreal. It was so cool. And then my other favorite trip was when we visited Keukenhof Gardens in Amsterdam. And I felt like, you know how you feel like when you're a kid in a candy shop? But imagine me, a lover of flowers, in a giant floral garden. And this is not a regular garden. Like, they plan these gardens out meticulously, and they interplant so carefully, and it's so beautiful, and it's so colorful. And I just felt like I was in heaven. Like, it could not get any better than that. Those are just some of my favorite memories ever. And all the credit goes to my husband for planning the trips, because he is just the best, and he takes me on the very best trips. And you guys, I just live a good life. Like, I just live a wonderful life. All right, I need to grab some acetates, since you guys are actually here to learn how to make garden roses and peonies. Oh, I guess I can pull myself away from my storytelling. Man, listen to me. I sound like I'm a grandma already. All right, so I have this acetate that I bought from Amazon. You can shop it in my links. And last time I bought a really small one, and this one is much larger, so I think it's like 10 or 12 inches. And I think I'm going to be a little bit weird, and I'm going to use both my piping nail and then my rotating cake stand. So let's just see if it works, like how I'm envisioning it. All right, so let's see how to do this. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, I'm feeling pretty optimistic now. Of course, I have to replicate it a couple times, but it looks pretty good. I've never been able to get it so neat. And I like the organic shape, so I'm not trying to be perfect. I want it to look a little bit, well, like I said, organic, so. Okay, I think that's it, man. It's so pretty. I'm so happy. And I just slide it onto my wood board here. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love this so much. I'm so happy I figured it out. Wow, it's so beautiful. I literally love it so much. Oh, so exciting. So in my photo, I have a couple of the pink garden roses that are actually leaning a lot more ivory. So maybe I'll just refill my bag with titanium white, because I think that'll be interesting. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. All right, I'll just get started now so if the color melt has a little bit longer to mix. Oh, it's so messy. Oh, I always make such a mess in here. It's so pretty. I'll refill this one with titanium white. I'm gonna see if I can make one or two that are smaller and have a few more petals on the outside. Well, it's not smaller, but it does have more petals on the outside, so I don't know. And seriously, look at those things. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow. I love being an artist. It's so much fun to be able to create things with my hands and just, oh, I love it. I love being able to come up with ideas and then execute them, and usually, I mean, most of the time they work or I'm pleasantly surprised. I just love this. I love being me. It's so much fun. I started writing a new book yesterday, which I'm super excited about, but I'm not going to tell you guys about it just yet. My other book is going to be released on February 1st, and I did tell you guys about that one because that one's being released, and it's my first ever book to get published, and I just think that's really cool. And in case you didn't see the video where I spoke about it, my book is called The Basics of Getting Shit Done. And you might be wondering why I would write such a book, and it's because I am a very productive person, and it seems to take people by surprise sometimes when they see how much I get done. And I'm very good at creating schedules that I can stick to and actually work on my lifelong dreams. So I thought I would write a book that can help teach other people how to do the same. Look how pretty. Y'all, this is so heavy.